Good evening and welcome to the Variable Y Minute with your host, the Variable Y. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. We had a few technical difficulties this week. Had planned to put out a couple of shows this week, and like I said, technical difficulties. Technology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we keep soldiering on. So tonight, not going to be before you guys too long, but tonight I did want to bring up something that just happened in the sports news, and it's something that I guess you could say is kind of near and dear to my heart. It's going to seem like it's kind of hating-ish, I guess. Not really, but I do feel that it is important to bring it up. So if you have not heard, Carson Wentz has been traded from the Eagles to the Colts. He is back, teamed up with the guy who was the offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, when they won. Well, he was hurt when they won the Super Bowl, but Frank Reich was their offense coordinator. He was there Carson's first year as well. They apparently have a great relationship, and Indianapolis needed a quarterback, so this is basically a win-win. So I'm looking at Philly saying, okay, what was the purpose of you firing the head coach if you were then going to trade the quarterback? Like, wasn't the whole reason why the coach got fired was because he didn't get along with Carson Wentz? Oh, yeah. Hey, and also, hey, that Philly person, that Philly fan that reached out to me and told me I didn't know anything about sports when I told you Carson Wentz is just a guy. Looks like he's just a guy in Philly. I guess not even anymore because he's not in Philly no more, but looks like he was just a guy there. I tried to tell y'all. Now, him getting back with his old offense coordinator may actually help him out because even I will say that he was on a trajectory of being one of the best quarterbacks in this league before he got hurt his second year. So it does stand to reason that getting back with Frank Reich might actually make him the player that the world has told us that he is. My whole issue was that it was just too much too soon, and even though he looked great those first couple of games, the games since he's looked like an average quarterback. But he's got a whole new situation, so we'll see what he looks like later on. But I did want to bring up how incredible this is for Philadelphia. Like think about where they are. So going into the season, they drafted Jalen Hurts, who, for all intents and purposes, even though he had a wonderful year the year prior at Oklahoma, is still a work in progress. So then you play Carson Wentz. Wentz is not playing well, is a turnover machine. So then you decide to bench Wentz for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts wins a couple of games. You go into the last game of the season with no opportunity to win to go to the playoffs. Then you bench Jalen Hurts and put in Nate Sudfeld. And then the head coach says, or former head coach, I should say, Doug Peterson says, we need to see what Sudfeld's got. And let's all be honest. We all know what Nate Sudfeld's got. And it's not a lot. I mean, this is not his first year. He's been around the block. We've seen this dude. We've seen his movies. Not that impressive. So then after that, the coach gets fired. So then you think, oh, okay, well, then they sided with Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz is obviously going to be a very big factor going forward. And then they moved Carson Wentz. And then they moved him for like a third. They moved him for a third round this year and a second round next year. So you didn't even move him for like major capital. You just got rid of the guy for basically for nothing. I don't know what's going on in Philly, man. I don't know who's running this organization, but like I always say, it looks like another case of a GM doesn't know what the hell he's doing. So instead of us, I'm going to take a page out of Draymond Green's book. Instead of us sitting up here talking about the players and how bad the players are, and I guess I could listen to that too, because this is going to fall into that. Instead of us talking about how bad the players are, or how the players are just a guy or whatever, maybe we should start looking at these organizations and saying, what the hell are y'all doing to try and get these players in the position to win, or to at least try and get yourselves in the position to look good? Because you don't. You look foolish doing this, Philly. Like, I mean, everybody who was associated with that Super Bowl is pretty much gone. Doug Peterson, the head coach, Frank Reich, the offensive coordinator, Deuce Staley, who was a running back for that team for years and who was a coach on that team for years, has had to go jettison somewhere else to get another opportunity because he couldn't get the opportunity there, which doesn't make any sense. And then you got rid of Carson Wentz. You got rid of Nick Foles, who won you the damn Super Bowl. This is it's kind of awesome, actually. I'm here for train wrecks, man, and this is a train wreck. So I am very curious to see where they go from here. I'm very curious to see what they do with that third round pick. Like, I mean, damn, dog, you traded up to draft Carson Wentz. You traded up. You gave up picks to draft Carson Wentz, number 2 overall, and then a few years later, 4 or 5 years later, his value has diminished that much in a league that needs quarterbacks. His value has diminished so much that you would take a third round pick for him. It's like taking the dollar out of your pocket today, and then in 5 years, taking that same dollar out of your pocket and offering it to somebody, and they say, "Well, I'll give you a quarterback," and you accept it. It's foolish. It's just as foolish as that analogy. So, anyway, guys, like I was saying, I didn't want to be before you very, very long. I thought that that news was just crazy, just mind blowing to me. So I wanted to get in front of you guys and talk about it. And now I'm going to bid you all adieu. Please follow the show. Please follow me here on YouTube on Variable Y Minute. Please catch me over on Instagram at Variable Y altogether, or catch me over on YouTube at _variable. Until then, have a great night, you guys, and we will talk to you later.